So I wanted to tell you all a little bit about what's going on. First, I want to talk a little bit about what Solomon's Mood is, and share what Solomon's Mood is with anyone who doesn't know. And then I want to share kind of where we are with the project. So Solomon's Mood is a short film that I started writing a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, I'm thinking maybe a decade ago. I think I started writing Solomon's Mood about a decade ago. For those of you who don't know, I once toured with the Lion King Broadway show. I was on tour with that show for several years. And I started writing Solomon's Mood when I was on tour with that show. And I would write a little bit and put it away and write a little bit and put it away. And I always felt like I knew that I wanted the story to be a love story. I knew that I wanted to show a different kind of love than what we typically see on Hollywood screens. Hello, everyone. Waving at everyone as you come in. I knew that I wanted to see a different kind of love story than what we typically see on Hollywood screens. I wanted to see a different kind of Black love story than what we typically see of Black love on Hollywood screens. And so I just started writing the story. And essentially, the story was and still is basically about two lovers who have not yet met one another, but they know that the kind of love that they desire exists in the world, and they decide to start writing love letters to the person that they have not yet met. So that was the premise of the story. And I also knew that I wanted to use Song of Solomon because I've always felt like Song of Solomon, if you're not familiar with that book of the Bible, I feel like a lot of people aren't, but it is a very romantic, very sensual, some might even say erotic in some ways, way of showing love. But it also is it's lovely and it's pure and it's just really, really beautiful. And so I wanted to show, love between two Black people in a different kind of way. I wanted to use Song of Solomon because I feel like that is an overlooked book of the Bible, that people don't know that the Bible actually has romance in it. And Solomon's Mood is Song of Solomon is romantic. So I wanted to show a romantic, sensual love, but different than what we're typically used to seeing on Hollywood screens. So that's how Solomon's Mood began. That's where the idea came from. And I started writing the story while I was on tour with the Lion King, and I would write it and put it away and write it, put it away. And I would always get to the end, and I never really knew how the story was supposed to end. And that was the hard thing for me for a long time, was figuring out, how does this story end? Do these two people meet each other? Do they fall in love? Is it love at first sight? Does it take time? Like, what is the story? And so it took me a while to finish it. But I just kept coming back to it. The idea just kept coming back to me. It wouldn't leave me alone. And as I always say to people, especially artistic people, if you have an idea that will not leave you alone, that's how you know you have to engage with it. You have to engage with that idea, and you have to see where it can go. So the story kept coming back to me. It wouldn't leave me alone. And so I kept writing it and coming back to it and, putting it away when I couldn't figure out what was happening. Then it would come back to me and I would pull it out again, and then I would write a little bit more, and then I would put it away. And that's how it unfolded for a long, long time. So fast forward to the great shutdown of 2020, when all we had on our hands was time and uncertainty. And I decided, now is the time for me to finish Solomon's Mood. Now is the time for me to finish writing this story. Now is the time. Because again, it wouldn't leave me alone. So I pulled it out again, started writing it again. It had gone through many, many drafts at this point. A few people had read it. When I first started writing it, I was calling it a choreo drama, because there was going to be a section in there that was all choreographed. I was on tour with the Lion King, so I was touring with some pretty fierce dancers. And so part of it was going to be choreographed, and there was going to be movement and dance and all of this stuff. Flash forward to 2020, I took out the dance, I took out the movement, and I just focused in on the story, focused in on the script. And I finished it. And I joined a writers group, a group of women who are amazing writers. And they took a look at my draft, and I knew it was rough. And they confirmed with love that it was rough. And they're like, we're gonna help you out. So they helped me out with formatting and, all of these things. I've been an actor for a long time, but I had never really written anything up to that point. So when it came to like script formatting and all of that stuff, I didn't really know the details of all of that stuff. So they helped me out, and they helped me tweak the story and solidify the story and, get the script tight. And so I was like, yes, Solomon's Mood is done. Hello, everyone coming in. I'm waving at everyone as you all come in. I was excited. Solomon's Mood was done in my mind, and I was ready to produce it, and I was looking for outlets and ways to get it done. I entered a script writing competition late last year, late 2020, and I won. And the competition came with, the production company that was running the competition. They were choosing the film, and they were going to fully fund the production of this film. And for anyone who's in the entertainment industry, whether you're an actor, writer, director, producer, whatever you are, you know that it takes money to make a film. People don't just show up and decide to shoot something. It takes money, and it takes time, and it takes planning. So I entered my script into this film competition. It won. They chose my film. They were going to fully produce my film. And, we got down to contracts and things of that nature. And, there was just some things that I felt I wasn't comfortable with, right? And I felt like, you know what? I think maybe this isn't the route to take. So I decided not to take my winnings, even though I rightfully won that competition. I decided not to go that direction. I decided to pull out of that agreement. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm producing this myself. Enter, fundraising and all of that stuff. And I've never really been a person to fundraise. I've never done that before. So fundraising for Solomon's Mood has been quite a journey. The original goal was $15,000. And after, really looking at the script and really thinking about what I wanted to do and talking to some friends, I decided to up the amount a little bit to $25,000. And I started fundraising in August. That fundraiser is still going. So for anyone who is watching who has donated, thank you so much for contributing. For anyone who is watching who has not donated, thank you so much for contributing. I am still in the process of raising funds. Right now I have, I think around $3,000. And definitely a journey, definitely more to raise. But I was talking to a good friend of mine, Nicole Moore Joseph, who is going to direct for me. And just talking about the process of things and how it's going and what I really want and the vision that I really have and what I see for the film. And I have to thank her because she has really been instrumental in keeping me lifted in this process. Because as artists, we go through ups and downs. We go through moments where we feel like, yes, it's happening. We're on the top of the world. And then the next moment is like, oh my God, is it ever going to happen? I'm at the bottom of the world. And so she has been really instrumental in helping to keep me lifted and keep me supported. And so I was talking to her about what I wanted for the film and possible actors I might want and what I was really seeing for the film. And she encouraged me, which is what I am doing now. She encouraged me to kind of surrender the timeline and really just be vigilant about praying and really asking God, like, what do you see for this film? I truly 100% believe that this story was given to me by God. I, without a doubt, believe that. I know that God gives inspiration. I know that God has given me this story, and I know that it will come to pass because He's given it to me. And I believe that it will come to a finish. It will come to completion. But I have surrendered the timeline, and I have surrendered the way that I thought it was going to happen. And so originally the plan was to shoot at the top of January. And now the plan is to shoot next year at some point. Like I said, still raising funds and still seeking out everybody who's going to partner with me to make this film. But I'm not so strict on it has to happen in January. At that point, at one point I was like, it has to happen in January. It has to. And then I pulled a little bit back from that, and I started to ask myself, well, why does it have to happen in January? It doesn't matter if it happens in January as long as it happens. And I know and I do believe that it's going to happen. Because like I said, I know that God gave me the story, and I know that it's going to be seen through to completion. So like I said, still raising funds for Solomon's Mood. I am so excited to bring this story to you. This story of two lovers who have not met yet, who know that the kind of love that they desire is out in the world. It is beautiful, it is harmonious, it is peaceful, it is pure, it is refreshing. That's one word that I hear a lot when I tell people about the story. People who have read the story, I've had so many people say to me, wow, this is such a breath of fresh air. And for people to read something that I've written and tell me that, I know it's going to touch so many people. I know it's going to speak to so many people, because it already has. I did have a reading of it earlier this year in February. I was blessed to have the script read as a part of an online kind of ongoing reading series called First 15 LA. And the feedback and the comments that I got, they were all so enriching to me, and just really helped to boost me and let me know that, yeah, people get it. And yeah, there are people out here who want to see this kind of love story. I feel like a lot of the love stories that we see in Hollywood are not full, not complete. And that's not to say that you can show someone's complete love story in a film, whether it be a short film or a feature-length film. But I always feel like there's something missing in the love. A lot of times I feel like what we're seeing is more infatuation or dependency or lust or desperation than it is love. And so I wanted to show love. I wanted to show a different kind of love. I wanted to show love the way that it was coming through and out of me. And so that's what this story is. It is a refreshing tale of love between two people who have not met. I keep saying that because that's important. But both of these people are grown, they are mature, and they have come to a place within themselves where they are loving themselves and living life fully, and still recognizing that they desire a love different than the kind of love that they've ever experienced before. And I think that there are a lot of people like that, myself included, in the world. People who desire something different than what we see on Hollywood screens. Something that's different. Something that's refreshing. Something that's not based in infatuation or desperation or dependency or lust, but something that is different. And I think different is refreshing. And also too, I want to show Black love. I believe in Black love. I love when Black people love each other. And so that is also something that I wanted to show. So yeah, that's kind of a quick spiel, a little bit more in-depth spiel, I guess, about Solomon's Mood for anyone who doesn't know about the project, who will watch this and who will become interested. I would love the support of anyone who watches this in the form of following me. You can follow me on Instagram, follow Solomon's Mood on Instagram. You can also donate on my personal Instagram page and on the Solomon's Mood Instagram page. you can find a link to donate to Solomon's Mood. Also, if you just go to GoFundMe.com, you can put in my name or put in Solomon's Mood and it'll come up. And like I said, I'm still raising funds. I am still gathering a team of people who are committed to telling this story. That is something that I desire as well. Is I don't just want a great film crew or a great team or a well-known team or a well-connected team. I want a team of people who are committed to telling this story and who are engaging in the process of telling this story and not just, yeah, I'm shooting, or yeah, I'm doing sound, or yeah, I'm doing makeup. But I feel like the way this story touches me, the way it has come out of me, it comes from a deep place, and I want to touch people in a deep way. And I desire and I pray that everyone who watches this film will be touched or moved or changed in some way. And so I also want the team around me to be people who love the story that I'm telling, love the story that we're telling, and want to see it in the world. I believe that now is the time for this kind of love story in the world. I truly, truly believe that. And so, yeah, that's my desire for this film. Again, still fundraising. You can go to the Solomon's Mood Instagram page or my Instagram page to learn more about the film, to donate to the film. You can also go to my personal website, tryphenaway.com, to find out more about me. You might be like, who is this chick? I don't know her. So you can do that as well. So that is my, quick little word about Solomon's Mood. That's what I wanted to share with you all today. For everyone who has watched, thank you for joining me. For everyone who will watch later, thank you so much for watching. Solomon's Mood is coming. It is a story of love. It is, it's a story of beautiful love. And it's a story that God gave me. And it's a story that will be told. So yeah, that's where I am. Thank y'all so much for watching. And talk to y'all later. Bye-bye for now.